Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, baby.
Down. 70, Indy.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On first down, Sexton. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Off-play action. Eason, he sets to fire deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Off the play fake, Jones. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Off-play action. Eason. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Sexton. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. To throw on second down, Eason. Open man, Butler complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards the pickup there.
94.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Terry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. 54.
Man, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Ready?
On first down, Eason. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, lock it. Shoot.
To throw on third down, Eason. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Let's get it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Let's get off the field, D.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Jones. This will be caught by Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Eason. And that is incomplete here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. Throw left side complete. That's Terry. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Looking to throw. Eason. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Kenny Young able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard after the sack here, 2nd and 11.
61, matchbox, right.
Check, crouch. Check 15.
2nd and 11. And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. He's going to take a shot for the end. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Hey, high 7.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That's what I'm talking about.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
All day. Sack City, baby.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. He's going deep for... He's got a man complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And some room to maneuver. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 16-yard line. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Got an open man, it's Foster. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 10 yards out. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This one fielded at the 5. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go, set, 10 Lobo.
Be a long day for you.
Go, go.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hit it.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Set, go.
Throwing again. Jones. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
18 Gators.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Nine.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Foster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. The extra point up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Final score, Rams 28, Vikings nothing.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This will be taken short.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
at their own 26-yard
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Joe Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field.
To throw on 2nd down. Eason got a man. It's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. On 1st and 10. Eason. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Vikings. Hakeem Butler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Jones. Going to throw right side here. Complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Pollard going to try the right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Here's Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. And he fires one, but incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, Zoo.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. Got his man. That's Harry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Jones operating from the gun. He's going to let it go. And this is going to be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
Let's go.
come on, capitalize on this one.
Off the play fake. Eason. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Eason. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Off play action, Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On 1st down, Jones going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a give, right side, Pollard. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellows up front in order to bring this one home.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 3 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple. Jones now on 3rd and 2. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Shoot.
From the 36, Jones. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Throwing on first down. Eason. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. On first and 10, Eason. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On first down, Eason. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to throw. Eason. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Rush in. Safe.
Throwing on third and long. Eason. Wide open receiver, complete. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, Foxtrot. Don't be scared of it. Ready.
From the gun, Eason. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off near his own 48. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.